Hey y'all, it's Mari M coming at you hot with a brand new video. If you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Sims 4 content. You can also add me on Twitch to see my live gameplay, full builds, and detailed sim creations. Let's get into it. Alright y'all, for this build I decided I wanted to do a skating rink. As you can see, a lot of the build is already completed, which is cool. It's fine. I did run into some issues while recording that part of the video. It did not save because I was using Twitch Studio, and sometimes it likes to act a little janky. I'm not exactly sure why it didn't save the recordings, but hey, that's 6 hours down the drain. We can't get it back. There's no point in dwelling on yesterday. We can't get it back. But I decided, even though I wasn't able to capture a large majority of the build that took a very long time, I was going to continue on with the rest of the build, add in all the details, get some good snapshots of everything, and still upload it because I really wanted to, upload this week. As far as like the additions that I have to add on to this one, I have to do the skate rental room and then the gift shop. The gift shop is this section that's kind of on the outside of the lot but still connected to it. I wanted to do a skating rink build because I haven't been to the skating rink in a very long time, and I was just honestly thinking about it and also thinking about like all the lots that I could, or not really lots, but all the builds that I could do, and skating rink was constantly at the top of that list. So I was like, you know what, we're not gonna keep putting this on the back burner. We're gonna do this and we're gonna do it well, and that's what I did. But right now I am working on the skate rental room. I would say as far as like this entire build, it was definitely a test. It was definitely a test. It's like the layout and everything like that, and how I wanted everything to be positioned, and then searching for the right custom content to really make it come to life and stuff like that. That's something that I like to do a lot when it comes to my builds, is make it very realistic, like very realistic, like reach out and touch it realistic. That's an element that I really like because it just helps my overall gameplay. It just makes everything a lot better in a sense. Um, as far as this skate rental room, for the shelves I did for this, I think I can't remember what the actual shelves look like, and combing through multiple custom content sites and stuff like that to look for the right shelving and stuff was just not gonna happen. Not right now with all this malware stuff going on. Anybody got time for it? So I was like, you know what? We're gonna get these shelves right here. We're gonna make do. We're gonna make it work. I decided to add a lot of different wall decals and pictures and stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure if most skating rinks actually have that going on, but as far as this build, I was like, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. I feel like it would add the right kind of pop of color and stuff like that, and just overall bring the whole room together. And I did decide on changing the wall from blue, like blue, just straight up blue paint, that wood paneling, because I like a good contrast. Moving on to the gift shop, I originally thought I was gonna do the same kind of flooring as the rest of the skating rink, but I was like, no, this got to be a little bit different. I wanted to focus on, like, the initial idea as far as gift shop was to have 4 different sections, as like the 4 corners having different sections, based on different things. Like one area where you see the solar system stuff, that was going to be like Star Wars stuff, dinosaur stuff, all that kind of stuff. The other corner was going to be a whole bunch of plushies. The other corner would be a whole bunch of like girly stuff like that, just to kind of like divvy it up and make it make sense in a way. I was gonna do those shorter shelves, but I was like, you know what? No, we're gonna do the taller shelves, because if you go to an arcade, or if you go, pretty much really anywhere, like family fun centers and stuff like that, they have gift shops or stuff where you can kind of trade in like the tickets that you earn from playing games and stuff. And a lot of times, when you go in there, they have very high shelves full and stacked full of stuff. I would say when it came to this build, child, putting all that stuff on the shelves, now that was a true test. That was the biggest test. I think even though like the main build took a very long time, it felt like all those individual pieces on the shelves took a lot longer. Like, child, when I tell you, it felt like my sanity was leaving me. It legit felt like my sanity was leaving me, just placing all those individual objects. And then some of them, they don't really go on shelves, so I would literally have to keep pressing 9 and 0 just to get it at the right level, and then of course resizing it with the brackets so that it could fit well and not look too crazy. But as you can see what I mean by placing things one by one, I did want to get a good mix of a whole bunch of different objects. So even if some of these objects are not toys, whether they're functional or not, I just wanted to give a nice array of different things that could be bought in a gift shop or could be gotten with tickets or whatever, because there is a part of this build that has a functional arcade, bunch of functional games and stuff like that, like the clock machines, the games where you can shoot the basketball hoops and stuff like that, just a whole bunch of stuff like that. Because oftentimes if you go to a skating rink, they have a section where you can play games and stuff for like kids that are like hyperactive and can't skate. That's I think that's what that section is for the kids that are very hyperactive and can't skate, but they're there for somebody's birthday party. So I did include that section. I'm really proud of that section, even though it's not really too much going on with it. Just the colors itself, like, you'll see it when I come up, but the colors itself, like, it was everything and more. It was everything and more. So, and then, like, I think the plus of it all is that the objects are actually functional. I will, if people, want to download this build, because I will end up putting it on the, darn it, what is it called? The gallery. I'm going to end up putting it on the gallery because, even if people don't see this video, I would hope that they come across it in the Sims 4 gallery and be like, ew, that's nice. And then, I don't exactly know how I can make it so where people could download, because I know like some people, when they do builds, they'll create links or they'll create files of everything that you need or everything that was used in the build, and then like they'll upload it somehow. When I learn how to do that, maybe, just maybe, I will make the lot buildable, I mean not buildable, downloadable, maybe, but it's all just up to time, really. So as you can see, like, it went by pretty fast, but as you can see, I did have to move the counters back a little bit, because when placing things on those shelves, because the counters are right there and there's a lot of slots that are still open on the counters, they'll automatically go to that. So I didn't want that to happen. So anytime I would place something on those shelves, I would just move the counters back a little bit and then place the items, and then move the counters back. I opted to use counters, like those specific counters, as far as this build. Like, I think I've used those counters the most for this entire build. It's not really a counter that I use often in my builds, but I was like, I want something that's kind of like not really dingy, but kind of on par for a skating rink, and how it's clean, but it's not exactly the cleanest thing that you would see. So that's what I chose to do. I think I did them in that color. I did them in a gray color for the bathrooms, I believe. I did that for the bathrooms. And then I did a blue color for the ticketing office, and I think the main office, or not the main office. I use actual desks for the main office, but the ticketing office and the snack bar stuff. I call it a snack bar because I don't actually know. Like, my brain is completely spacing right now, so I don't know what the name of it is. But I do wish I had more gift shop type stuff, because even though, like, I may do with the custom content that I did have and the stuff that I found in the debug section of my my build buy stuff, I do wish I had more gift shop stuff. I don't know why that was like such a tongue twister, but it was. But yeah, for the gift shop, I really just, the main goal is to blow up so I can act like I don't know nobody. Nah, The main goal was to really just fill it up and make it look like an actual gift shop. Like if it looks a little cluttered, a little messy, that's the point. It's like it's a gift shop. It's a gift shop. If you go to one right now, I can promise you, babes. I can promise you, it's gonna be messy in there. It's a gift shop and it's a place where it's a bunch of people, kids, and all this other kind of stuff. Like it's gonna be all of that up in there. So it's okay if it looks a little junky. It's okay if it looks a little messy. I really like this flooring though. Like I completely forgot that I had a lot of this stuff, because usually this is something that you would see in the bowling pack. I think that's what it's called. But I don't have the bowling pack because I just don't. I just don't got it. Sorry. I just don't have it. One day I'll get it. Like if I feel like doing a bowling alley build, then I would get it. But for the meantime, between time, I don't have it. So I do have some custom content rugs and custom content carpeting that kind of resembles that pack, and it's a better, or like a cheap, I'll say it's a cheaper alternative to spending money on the bowling pack, when I can literally just get the custom content for free and it be pretty much the same thing. And that's pretty much what it is. Like the flooring that I have for the skating rink, if you go to a skating rink, although the floors are very dirty, that's one thing about it. It's like skating rink floors are so dirty because it's just straight carpet. Everybody coming in here from outside, wherever they came from, and putting their dirty feet straight on clean carpet, messing it up. Like I wouldn't be surprised if somebody went and cleaned one of those things and like all they do is vacuum up or like suction up one single part, and it'd be like 35 years worth of dirt. I would not be surprised. But as for the flooring in the, well, I'll say carpeting. As for the carpeting in the skating rink, those are actually bowling. Like that's bowling. I think those are bowling balls and planets and stuff like that. Because again, it's meant for a bowling alley. But I was like, you know what? It's colorful. It's giving off the right vibes. We gonna use it. And that's the same thing that I thought as far as this gift shop. It's colorful. It's giving off the right vibes. We're gonna use it. As you can see, I'm placing a lot of objects on this basket. I remembered from a previous build that I did not record. I was going to record and put it on my channel, but I chose not to because I was still in my tester stages of things. But it is a basket. I can't remember what CC said it's part of, but I think it's a part of like the boulangerie. It's something that I got off of Curse Forge before all of the malware stuff started happening. It's basically this, I think it was like it's like a French bakery. It's something boulangerie, but it comes with like a whole bunch of bread and stuff and all this other stuff. It's a really cute set, but that's what the basket is from. And I like using that basket when I'm trying to place small stuff on shelving, because oftentimes, and for these shelves particularly, there's only 3 slots available, as you can see by the pattern of things where it's only 3. It comes in 3s. There's only 3 slots, and if I want to place multiple things without having to use like constantly press 9 to like size it up and stuff like that, I would just use that little basket container thing, because I think it has like, I can't remember how many slots it has on it, but I can place whatever I want in those slots and then just size down the basket depending on how I'm feeling and place it on one of those 3 empty spots and not have to worry about how much space is still left. Because one thing I don't like when I'm placing things on shelves is the fact that there's a lot of space that can still be seen. It just doesn't look as clean and cut and concise as I would like it to. As you can see, I am placing a lot of deco sims because well, one, I wanted to have them in there not only for the promo of the video, but also like just, you know, for pictures and stuff like that, but also because usually when sims go to lots, whatever lot whether it be residential, community, whatever the lot, there's not really a lot of sims that occupy the lot. And as far as a skating rink goes, everybody and their mama be inside of a skating rink. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna bring that touch of realism to this and we're gonna fill this thing up. So I was looking and I was scouring far, deep, and wide across the internet to find like what I could put in the place of all those sims, and I ended up stumbling across a bunch of decorative sims. I can't remember who they are by, but they're pretty much from, all of them are from the same person. They all from the same person. So I got them off of Patreon because again, all that malware stuff. Who has the time? Who has the patience? I don't. I don't have the time or the patience. Okay, I don't want to sit up here and have to change all my card information and all the other kind of stuff just to play my game. But yeah, like everybody name I'm being up in here, so why not um fill it up to the tippy top? And that's what I did. Again, all of them are from the same Patreon account, and I wanted to get a lot of them to fill up, not really fill up the entire lot, but just fill up enough spaces to where it looks like there's ample enough people in there. Moving back to the gift shop, because I did end up going to another part of the building to place a lot of those deco sims, because I figured, if I'm going past them right now, I might as well place them. So that's what I did. But hopping back into the gift shop, I decided to place a lot more objects because, again, I want to fill this junk up. Like I want it to be completely filled. I think at some point when I was placing and stuff, I was like, okay, what can I put here? What can I put there? Obviously, I am not going to show that because that would make this video a lot longer than it needs to be. But there were some points where the game did lag, and I kind of freaked out on the inside because I'm like, oh God, please don't crash, please don't crash, please don't crash. Because my game, like, listen, when you have custom content and mods and all that kind of stuff, your game will be very trifling towards you, and you could be in the most important part, and it will crash. It will crash right on you and not care. So I was like, you know what, let me work fast, let me get what I can get done, save it if I can save it, and all that stuff. And then there was one point where, I think it was before I got to the point where I was gonna finish the gift shop, I had to save it because I was like, there's something I'm missing in this. There's something I'm missing as far as this build. So I did end up going back to various Patreons to get more custom content to add into it because I want it to be the best that it can be, and if I can help it, I will achieve that. But as I was saving it, now my thinking at the time was, okay, I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna go to Google, go to Patreon, and then come back. Child, tell me why I saved it and then my junk froze. Now, I didn't know if it saved or not. I just know that it was stuck, like the screen was stuck, and it wasn't moving. And I was like, you know what, this happened before. Maybe if I just wait like 5 minutes, like it'll bounce back. It'll be all right. I waited 30 minutes to an hour. The screen still wasn't moving. So then I was panicking because I was like, okay, maybe I can wait a little bit longer and it'll unfreeze and it'll save and there won't be no issues. No. I had to force reset my laptop. Now usually you can like if you have a Windows computer, whatever the case may be, like if your computer runs Windows, you can just press the Windows button and it will take you to the main screen. Like Sims will still be on in the background, but from there you can right click on the taskbar and close it from there. I tried to do that, the screen was still not budging, so I was like, all right, Sims, you're stepping out of your lane here, buddy. But I did end up having to reset my computer, and when I came back to the game, thankfully it did save. Cause child, I spent a good 2, 3, 4 hours not coming back to the game because I was like, I don't want to have to face this if it didn't save. I already had to deal with the previous part of the build not saving, and that was 6+ hours. So I just know for a fact I cannot take if this does not save. If this does not save, I'm giving up. I don't care. But I came back and thankfully it was saved. My game just wanted to play games with me. It wanted to play games with me. But as you can see, I am placing more of those deco sims that I was talking about. Again, this is at a point where I did leave out of the game, and I came back with even more custom content because I can't get enough of it. As you can see in that corner, I did a makeshift ball pit. I was searching the internet for a very long time to see if I could find a ball pit, but a lot of them weren't really to my liking, and then I did try to find a bunch of bouncy balls and stuff, but the searches were just not searching well. So I was like, you know what, it's okay, we'll just stick with what we have. So as far as the ball pit, I just literally just created a gate area, and then use the, I forgot what it's called, but using the, like, there's an arrow that goes up and there's an arrow that goes down. It's platform arrows. I created an inverted platform, and then I just it was a long process. If you thought me placing all of that stuff in that gift shop was a long process, doing that ball pit was an even longer process, yo. I kid you not, it was an even longer process. So I had to I used these yoga balls as custom content I had, because they were the only multicolored balls that were like a solid color. So I would literally just be holding down Alt and also holding down the open bracket key, so I could like try to get it to move a little bit quicker, because the bracket key would size it down to the size that I wanted, and then Alt, I can just place it wherever I feel like, and create that illusion of a bunch of balls being in the pit. I wish I could have gotten more indoor playground stuff, but the only one that I saw was by Sequoia, and his is a Chuck E. Cheese one. I did not want to use, this ain't no Chuck E. Cheese build, so I don't want to use no Chuck E. Cheese stuff in this. Like, I don't. And on top of that, you have to have I think it's some type of children's stuff pack that you have to have, so I wouldn't have been able to use it anyway. But going to the parking lot, because that is the point that we are at right now, I am once again placing more of these deco sims. I use them a lot. I like them. Like, they come in different shapes, different sizes, different colors, different nationalities. Each one, they have a different set of colors that they come into, so you can like change the color scheme of them. You can change their skin color and stuff like that, and it'll change their hair, their skin, and the outfit that they're wearing, as you can see. When it came to the parking lot, the one that you saw, I did not stick with it. I wasn't a fan of it. I was like, it's got to get changed now, and I did end up changing that later on in the video. This is the party room. For the party room, I was going to keep it empty, but I was like, you know what, no, there's people everywhere else, we're going to put them in here as well. And obviously, if a sim that I do create ends up using this venue or this place as a venue and using it for parties, then I will move those children, delete them. They're not real. I mean, none of the characters are real, but they're not alive. So getting rid of them won't do anything to the game. I just get rid of them and then put them back whenever a sim is having a party. The only downside to that was the fact that I had to use the Wedding Stories cake, because the cake that I tried to place in there, it's a debug. I think it's a debug. It is a debug cake, but I tried to place it and it disappeared as soon as I put it down. So I was like, all right, well, we're just gonna find something else. But going back to this parking lot, because we are at that point now, I did have to toggle it to nighttime because it's I don't know why, but it's just easier to build when it's nighttime. Like, for some reason, I can just see everything a lot better. Originally I did double up those lights, but I was like, it's too bright over here. Like, it's way too bright. So we need to change that and change it now. So I did end up taking half of them away and keeping those ones there and just changing the direction that they were in. As you can see, as I was saying, I did change the parking lot, because originally when I looked at it, I was like, how they gonna get up out of here? These cars are permanently stuck here. Like, granted, you can't drive them, but the cars are permanently stuck here. How are they gonna get out of here? So I did end up changing the direction of some of the cars, as well as the spacing between them, and then how wide the parking lot was, as well as how wide the sidewalks were, just so that it just fares better. It does fare better. And I did end up placing a bunch of fake grass and stuff like that down, because even though like the lots, the green, pause, rewind, take it back, spit it back out. Okay, so when you are on a lot, the green that's around the lot, that's the grass. I don't like that. I like to see stuff sticking out. I like texture. I like realism. So Even though I do use terrain paints in some parts, like right here, I did a mulch terrain paint, but I raise it up so it can at least look like the mulch is somewhat realistic. And then everything else, child, I lost my train of thought just that fast. That is really crazy. Anyway, I guess that's my self's way of telling me that I need to stop talking so much. But um, again, placing more deco sims down in the gift shop as well, because it did look kind of bare and whatnot. Um, I think I was really just digging through, like seeing uh, pause, seeing which ones I downloaded as far as deco sims, because I did download quite a few of them just to have some variety, because I probably will use them in future builds just to kind of fill the space and to kind of add more life to it. Um, the only thing with the like the snack bar, like I put a bar there because I want the Sims to actually be able to order stuff here. And then I did regular countertops along the rest of the way. And then the slushy machine is like both one, the black slushy machine and the green slushy machine, they are functional, so Sims can actually go to them and purchase a slushy. The only slushy machine that is not functional is the one that's right next to the black one. I did put a ice cream machine, a popcorn machine, and a pizza heater there as well. The pizza heater is not functional, but of course the ice cream machine and the popcorn machine, they are functional. um I wanted to put some Sims here as well because, well, I mean, I've said it probably a cajillion times, it just looks more realistic to have them coming in and going out. A lot of them you can see I did reuse them in different parts. I just recolored them to make them look like different people because I wanted to. I just wanted to. I really can't remember what I was gonna say, but I originally I wasn't gonna add this little playground equipment stuff. I'm glad I did though, because it kind of fills out that one side of the lot where there's literally nothing there. But originally I wasn't gonna do it, and because because of the type of lot that I chose for it to be. Because even though it is a skating rink lot, I don't have that as an actual lot name. It is a lot trait. So I think I chose like a recreational area or something like that. But for those, you have to have playground equipment for children to be on. So I was like, you know what? Cool, it's fine, we'll put it down and we can kind of make it look like it fits the scenery. So I did add a bunch of deco sims to that as well. At some point I did add the same mulch that I used for the trees and stuff and put it around that. I'm really trying to remember what I was about to say as far as that parking lot, because like the thoughts were there and the words were coming, but then they just stopped entirely. They died off. Maybe if I look at it one more time, I'll remember. But as you can see, I did switch out the skating rink that I originally had and put down one that has no caging around it. For the longest time, I was looking for a skating rink that had no cage whatsoever, because I mean, at first I hated the cage. Then it started growing me, but then I realized, you know what? Let me see if I can find one without the cage, and I found one. And I was like, that's a wrap for that. That is a wrap for that. So I ended up using that instead, just to make it look a bit more realistic. Now granted, the wood does not match up, but we're not gonna talk about it. We're just gonna move past it. I'm glad I did find some signs and stuff, because originally when I was first looking for custom content for this, I could not find any skate signs, anything like that. Like, I was digging deep to find this stuff. As you can see, I used regular schmegular lights to make the word skate, and it's like really crooked. But I was working with what I had at the time. But I did end up finding some stuff. I think those signs are supposed to light up. I'm not entirely sure why they're not lighting up, but it's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. And for this sign, I just took one of those skate signs and just resized it. That sign stand thingamabob is a debug item that I decided to use. I did use a lot of neon lights in this because I didn't want any real harsh lights or anything like that. Like, I wanted that nightlife vibe that skating rinks give off. Like, that's something that I really wanted to capture, and so I did. But as you can see, this is the final result of the build. I really wish I could remember what I was saying as far as this parking lot, but I can't. Like, the thoughts are just not coming to me. But overall, I am pretty proud of this build. Hopefully you all like it. A lot went into it, a lot of looking through custom content sites and a lot of hours lost through lost footage and stuff like that. But overall, I am really proud of this build, really proud of the turnout. Although the journey to get here was very rough, it was very hard. I could say that I prevailed and I rose above. And then this section that I am showing you, this is just, you know, snippets of everything that I caught. I finally learned how to use another part of the cinematic camera. I figured out how to do that after a while, so I was like, you know what, let me sprinkle a little bit of that up in here and show off these parts that I did build but was not able to capture effectively. So I was like, you know, let's just show it off this way. We'll do it like that. As you can see, the arcade area that I was talking about and stuff like that, and more of the deco sims. At one point I did end up having like sims that I actually created go to the lot just to make sure that everything was functional and that everything could be reached, and luckily everything was reachable. And yeah, here's my build. Alright y'all, that's wraps for this video. If you guys liked what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more Sims 4 content. Forward the link to a few of your friends if you will, and don't forget to add me on Twitch for live gameplay. I greatly appreciate all of you who watched to the very end, and even if you didn't, I appreciate you anyway. Until next time, this is Mari M signing off.